Hi everyone, my name's Ashley and I'm a full-time artist. This is my 4th day in the life video, and my day started off with my dog Wookie being so enthusiastic about going to work. She must have known I was filming her. I love coming into this space each morning. This was Friday morning and the forecast called for thunderstorms, so I was expecting traffic to be a little slow first thing. My first task of the day was finishing these small 4-inch paintings that I had just varnished the day before. For these small wood panels, I have a self-inking stamp with my name and contact info on it that I stamp onto the back of each piece. Then the next step is gluing a small sawtooth hanger to the back. I do a lot of these small painting series. Sometimes they are miniature versions of a larger painting I've done, and sometimes they are color studies or brainstorming. After the tiny paintings, I did some restocking of magnets and stickers. Today this included a sticker sheet that needed to be packaged, and then magnets and stickers with the image of the barn quilt that I painted for the side of my building. I've been using this old metal shingle as a magnet display, but it moves around so much that I need to rethink a new one. I had an idea the night before that I wanted to use all of my pre-mixed landscape colors to create a striped background for a bear painting. So that's how this project was started. You can see on my laptop that I was listening to the show 1923 as I painted. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but the director Taylor Sheridan is my least favorite person right now. I was so mad over the ending of the show, and honestly, not to sound dramatic, but I feel like the audience was robbed of what could have been, and it might take me a while to recover. I think I'm just gonna have to lean into some art therapy this week to get over it. And there is something very calming about painting line after line after line. Speaking of calming, my husband's partner and his wife got a new puppy this week, and I got to finally meet this adorable little furball named Moose. Wookie was not a big fan of Moose, and around lunchtime she and I ventured down the street. The sky was looking stormy and it was starting to drizzle. I picked up some lunch from the Raven's Fork food truck, and then Wookie and I headed back to the store. This is the big barn quilt on the side of my store that I was talking about earlier. It really needs another coat of varnish. I just have to get back up there. Back at the store, Wookie always goes straight back to her little nook. I'm only going to share this with you guys, but I've eaten this steak salad 3 days in a row now, and it's actually just a delivery method for the amazing balsamic dressing. After lunch, I got back to painting the stripes, and I was making good headway through all of the colors. I also checked out some customers here and there. At some point during the day, someone left this little strip of paper on my checkout counter. I love little surprises like this. In total, throughout the day, I painted 29 different stripes, and several of them needed more than one coat of paint. I went through a lot of paintbrushes. This is the bear that I envisioned with the striped background, and as I got closer and closer to finishing, I was determined to finish the entire project before going home for the day. The hairdryer is definitely one of my favorite tools because it speeds up the drying process. Somehow I got all these videos out of order, but at some point I took Wookie back outside for a short walk. I always put my back in 5 minutes sign on the door when I leave, but I often get distracted and who knows how long I'm gone. But does anyone really know when the 5 minutes started? Our town took this tree out a few years ago, and I think it's so cool how all of the roots just like bunched into this small tiny space. The dogwoods are blooming right now, and we're right in the middle of a cold snap, which is I guess why they call it dogwood winter. Apparently, it's part of the folklore that farmers knew it wasn't safe to plant their crops until after the dogwoods bloomed. All the stores down the street from my shop have just now finished all of their spring window displays, and I think they look great. I, on the other hand, have not done any window displays, and it's just a little too overwhelming for me to think about. There's a lot of stuff in my store, and I think I just know my limits and that I can't handle adding anything seasonal to my list. And finally, yay, my striped background was pretty much dry. I took some time to clean up everything that I'd used that day, and then I took a good photograph of the stripe painting. Then it was time to see how the bear looked on the new background. I think it turned out just as I had envisioned it in my mind. So I finalized the piece and then I sent it off to the printer. And then it was time to leave. I just spent a little bit of time vacuuming and cleaning up all the surfaces before I headed home for the day. If you're interested in the new bear print, it's listed on Etsy, which is in the description of this video, and it's also available in my store. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, please click like and subscribe.